change of pace this time. We're going to do a review. As you can see, the holidays were very nice to me, and I got quite a few things for Necromunda. So this time around, we're going to be checking out the Outcast gangs, Underhive Market, the Escher Weapons, and last but not least, what I've been looking forward to, the Book of the Outcast, which has a lot of interesting options for it in there for gangers. Now, the Underhive Market, I was kind of excited for it, but after opening it, it's somewhat underwhelming. I didn't know why. I don't know why I was so excited to see a couple of stalls and some gun racks and just some miscellaneous scatter terrain. But hey, it wasn't a bad price, so I'll make use of it. What you get are two of the exact same sprue, and it contains a couple of tent flaps and all the other accessories and whatnot. There are some different build options as well that you can go through in the book for the gun racks and or how the marketplace stalls are put together. And the information or the sprues here look pretty modular, so I'm fairly certain there's going to be some creative people out there making all kinds of crazy stuff for it. Now, on to the Escher Weapons. Now, in the case of the Escher Weapons, I actually own probably about four to six sprues of Escher gangers. I just happened to get the gangers and the wild runners, and then I actually found a copy of the of Underhive as well. Now this is two sprues, and it comes with a variety of weapons, including a nice plasma gun and a very cool looking chainsword that I wish I had before I converted my one of my current gang leaders. But all of the weapons look really nice, and there's a small instruction manual for putting together some of the oddball pieces. So that was, in my opinion, worth the money. So here we have one of my current gang leaders. I used a Gene Stealer Cult chainsword and a Van Sar plasma gun. If I had this kit, I probably would have done it differently, but she turned out okay. But I may still convert her down the line. So onto the cards. Of course, one of the things you get is, as always, some gang cards, which will come in handy. I haven't even played my first game of Necromunda yet, but I've got stacks and stacks of these cards, so probably put them to good use. And as you can see here, of course, I'm not going to read through them all. That would make this video prohibitively long and probably boring, but there are some interesting cards in there, including what I'm more excited for, the weird powers and things dealing with unsanctioned psychers. That's the part that I'm really excited about for this particular gang. I've always wanted to have some psychers in my gangs. So the Outcast gangs. You get a bag of your Necromunda bases, and also an extra 2 because there are 12 gangers in each box. Something I don't remember if I've ever seen before is the fact that they add a gang card at the end of the manual. So that's kind of new on me, I believe. I don't think I've seen that before. So the instructions, of course, these guys are highly modular from what I understand. So the instructions just kind of give you the basics of what you're going to do with what and where. Obviously, you don't have to actually follow the instructions at all, except for to pair up the proper arms for the most part. I plan on, since I have 2 boxes, kind of mixing and matching and meshing things together, and probably doing some kit bashing as well. What you get in the box are 3 small sprues, and they're all 3 the same. They each contain 4 gangers and a variety of weapons and equipment. This is kind of another new one on me. I don't remember seeing all small sprues in a Necromunda box before, but I don't own them all, so I mean it could already be a thing. But as you can see, we've got here all 3 sprues lined up. And I mean, even though it's all the same sprue, there's a lot of different combinations and options that you can put together, including, kit bashing, and I could throw some Escher Weapons on there or whatnot. Obviously Outcast, there could be some Escher Outcasts in there. Necromunda, Book of the Outcast. Necromunda is the tabletop skirmish wargame of anarchy and violence where players control rival gangs of fighters battling each other for supremacy in the nightmare depths of the Underhive. Necromunda Book of the Outcast continues to expand on the game, introducing a wealth of new rules to add even more variety, scope, and excitement to your battles in the Underhive. Inside you will find Outcasts of Necromunda, Outcast Gangs, Weird Powers, Outlanders Campaign, and Dramatis Personae. So, in Book of the Outcast, of course, the first thing you have here is the map, and I absolutely love the maps and the artwork in the Necromunda books. They really do just embrace the grimdark of the Warhammer universe. The Hive Primus, as you can see there, is just an amazing piece of artwork. I think that Necromunda is probably one of my favorite settings, and I really kind of wish we had an RPG for it as well. So moving on, we have kind of a basic overview, including a picture of Lady Credo, I believe her name is, and she is amazing looking, and I really, really need to get a copy of her. So then the book, of course, goes over some of the basics, the lore, the backgrounds. It has different personages in here that are, part of the Underhive, part of that thriving underworld of torment and pain, as it were. Including here, as you can see, we've got the gang rules, and the Outcast gangs follow kind of the same rules as the regular games. There's not really much of a change in there, except for the fact that the gang, the upper echelon of the gangers actually get 3 different cards with 3 different weapons that they can choose from. So they kind of have the 3 different options that they can put together. Honestly, what I'm more excited about in the book here is going to be the weird powers. So this stuff here, these are just the basic rules, but as you move on here, there are, it shows you the stats for the different gangers, and it shows you also some of the stranger options. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I have some extra heads from Blackstone Fortress when I put together the cultists. And I think I might put one of the heads from the Chaos, the Psyker guys, and I think I might take one of the heads and put it on one of these Outcast gangers' necks and make them look like just kind of a, an out of control, weird Psyker. So just, this book in particular has a lot of different options that kind of expand the gang, expand the different, things that you can do. I think honestly, in all honesty, I want to say that this book is the one I've been most excited for. At first, it was the Escher book because I really love the Escher gang. I love their aesthetics. I like the lore. But when they announced this book, and when I found out that there was going to be rules for weird powers and things like that in there, that definitely got my interest piqued. So, going through here, it's got like your different backgrounds for your gang. It's got some references to some of the different books and other things that you can do, and other, like just some gang profiles and whatnot. It's got your skills here where you can, choose, of course, the option I'm most excited for, yay, which is the weird powers. And these are your ganger stats, for all of the different echelons of the gang, from your leader to your champions to your Outcast scum, which replaces Juves, including on a couple of pages here, we got the hangers on, the dramatis personae, the different mercenaries that you can hire, and their different stats and what they can do. And some of these, of course, I recognize some of these guys from Forge World. Now, I have not actually ordered any of the Forge World stuff, but I think that may change here in the future. I especially love this guy, the Doc there. He's amazing looking. I do have some ambots, so that is a thing. And of course, ambots pretty much can be used with any gang. I don't have any Ogren. And then it goes here into some of the information about the terrain for the Outlander options. Then of course the weird powers, the different types of weird powers that you can get. And just like in sort of a D&D sort of a manner, there are different categories of weird powers, down to and including telekinesis, telepathy. There's, of course, they also include a firebug in there. There's pyromancy, divination. So you have a lot of different options here that you can go through. There's a lot of different customization options here that you can really sink your teeth into. And like I said, this book for me probably represents where the first game I'm going to play and where I'm going to go when I start. Now, as you can see here, you've got your Outlander campaign, all of the different campaign options, and then your different scenarios and things like that. Honestly, though I have not had a chance to play Necromunda yet, I've been painting Necromunda and putting together terrain and all that for quite a while. I'm actually quite excited to play my first game at some point here. I hope soon. I just got to find myself an opponent in my local area. But that pretty much wraps up like the basics of it. I'm not going to sit here and read out every page to you, because that would, like I said earlier about the cards, that would get super, super boring. But hopefully this has helped you along the way. Maybe you'll pick it up yourself. So like and subscribe, and I appreciate you coming and watching the video. Thank you.